Kanagat Bihi, and welcome to SUAANGAN. I'm your host, Dennis Allen. When Lanita Thrasher was a little girl growing up in the tiny Inuvialuit settlement of Paulatuk, she saw a DC-3 for the first time. For those of you who don't know, a DC-3 looks like a Harley Davidson on wings. Built for the Second World War, it is a workhorse in Northern Airlines. Lanita quickly became friends with the pilot, and every time he flew into Paulatuk, he would dip his wings over Lanita's house. And so began her love affair with airplanes. Fast forward a couple of shoe sizes to Red Deer, Alberta, where she's enrolled in flight school right out of senior high. Welcome to SUAANGAN, our strength, right here on APTN.
I'm from Paulatuk. It's about 221 kilometers east of Inuvialuit in the Northwest Territories. I graduated out of Samuel Hearn in Inuvialuit. I got my 12 there, and then I came here. I was just a little girl. I wandered off, and the airport is not far from the town of Paulatuk, and the DC-3 was there. I was 5 years old then. I made friends with the captain, Brendan, big Captain Brendan Robleski. Whenever he'd come to Paulatuk, he'd fly over my house and wave his wings, and a couple of times he did some flybys and waved his wings after that too. And that was the old plane, and it's really loud.
Lanita's great. She's progressing fairly steadily, and you know, everybody has different challenges when they start doing flight training. But she's meeting those challenges, and she's progressing well.
Third or fourth seats, depending which way you're going to do them. So
In terms of Aboriginal students, I had an interesting conversation with a student that I was doing a flight test with, and they said, by the way, do you do a lot of training with Aboriginals? And I went, gee, I'd have to think about it. The girl that actually flew with me that day was Elisa, and she goes, hey Sherry, yeah, that would be me and Lanita. And I went, oh yeah, that's right. So I don't necessarily think of them as Aboriginals, I just think of them as some of our students. But yes, we have had a number of students from a number of the First Nations group, as well as the Inuit throughout the years. We have, generally in a year, I would say we have at least 2 or 3 that would be training with us basically from all across Canada.
When Lanita isn't studying or racking up airtime, she's behind the counter at Peace Air.
They got me working at Peace Air in the morning. It's about 6 a.m. to 8, maybe 9. I work at 8 to 9 at night too, unloading it.
Between her jobs at Peace Air and her studies, there's not a lot of time for Lanita to get distracted.
that was my bad. So yeah, 156. We actually end up here.
Skywings Aviation was started in 1982, and at that time we were renting space in an old World War II hangar, and we had 3 aircraft. And since that time, over the last 20 plus years, we've grown our fleet to 11 aircraft, and we now have 3 hangars. We have a maintenance department, we have a charter division, and as well, we also have an aviation diploma program. So we started out as flight training as our bread and butter, and we've enhanced that program to the professional pilot program that Lanita is now in today.
Yeah, I did my first solo in this plane. That's when you go without your instructor for the first time. It was exciting. People thought I was going to be scared, but I just kept looking. He's not here. And this is the Seneca. We could do our multi-engine rating on here and multi-IFR. I flew all these planes. The gray, blue, and yellow colored. And this is a Cessna 152 Skywings plane, and this is what most people do. No, not most. Some people do training on. Yeah. And there's only 2 seats. These planes only have 4 seats. But the seats are really comfortable. I never flew it though, just to sit in it. Wow. Dependable engines. That's really old.
Would you like to fly?
Oh! This plane here. This is the, oh, scary. This plane, my favorite plane out of the Skywings planes. You could, not much altitude on this plane, and got the instruments here, got the altitude and revolutions per minute, and I know it's a cute plane. You got a life jacket on board, and I think it'll be safe on there. Tabs?
How many times
6
a
hours?
day? How many times a day?
4.
Lanita enjoys time away from the books with her classmates. The course can be demanding, so leisure time is important.
What does P6SM mean in a TAF?
Yeah, I knew that. You didn't have to say that plus 6 statute miles.
I'm just asking them who you separate you two.
You see that upside down bell-shaped thing there? Right there. Next, you see the helicopter there?
Okay.
Upside down bell-shaped thing there?
Yeah.
It's to collect water to see how much rain is in there.
Lanita gives us the lowdown on all those thingamajigs along the runways, things that you've probably wondered about as well.
Put a bucket of water in there. It'll be on the forecast. It'll probably say getting a lot of rain. And every airport has one of those windsocks, international orange and white. If you see all of the, if you see the windsock horizontally straight out, it means 15 knot winds. And then the if you see up to the middle, it is 10 knot winds, and if you see it like that, at least 5 knots wind. Hi, is Mom and Dad there? Oh, I see. Just tell them I called. And how's Cassius? Is he bad?
Thank God for cell phones. Lanita can call home at any time, whenever she gets that old long distance feeling.
I brought a camera guy flying. Me and Kyle, my instructor. And what's new? Did you get the clothes that I sent Cassius? How they are? Cool. Tell Mom and Dad I'll call them back later. Okay. Bye.
When we come back, more from Lanita Thrasher in Red Deer, Alberta. You're watching SUAANGAN, Our Strength, right here on EPTN. Welcome back to SUAANGAN, Our Strength, and more from Lanita Thrasher in Red Deer, Alberta, right here on APTN.
This is the one I did my first solo on. This is Juliet Sierra Kilo. This is probably, well, no, I don't know. I kind of favor this plane because this is the one I did my solo on, so it's a good plane. Kind of reminds me of a girl because it says Juliet Sierra Kilo, but yeah, no, it's a good plane.
120 pounds an hour, that's what we burn. We burn 12, we burn 10 gallons an hour in each engine in the Seneca. So we burn 20 gallons an hour.
There's so much work. When I thought about flying at first, I didn't realize there'd be so much book work, but there's so much things to remember. And a few pilots that I talked to that are friends, that's pretty much what you do once you're done, is there's constant studying and learning and things like that. So it's, yeah, study.
We'll say 400 pounds of fuel.
Oh, there's lots of math. It's lots of fun. I love math. Yeah, it's great. Like if you like math, it's a good, but it's mostly just reading and remembering. I didn't know where to look at first. I didn't know who to ask, so I just started looking around on the internet for schools. And at first I was looking for one up north, like in the Northwest Territories, but there was none. So I just found this on the internet, and I started talking with Sherry Cooper, the lady here, and we just started corresponding, and I decided to come here.
Like any other course, there's a lot of homework. Lanita is mapping out a route for one of her planned flights.
Mittens. Ooh. Ooh.
Well, Mondays and Wednesdays we have ground school, so get up, breakfast, ground school, flying, studying, and then that's pretty much it. It's pretty boring actually, because there's really no time for anything else.
After students have proved their worth in the classroom, they move to the flight simulator.
And then the bags, just turn to one side to start, other side.
Oh, didn't see that one.
There you go.
The flight simulator allows students to make all their mistakes on the ground before they get into the air.
Just where you started it? Right
There.
there, exactly.
And
Okay, park brake, release.
The video screen simulates the actual view from the cockpit. The simulator body moves just like an airplane. It teaches the students how to handle the physical aspects of an aircraft.
Steady.
It has all the same controls and gauges as a working aircraft. The three-dimensional view and the physical movement of the fuselage is like one big video game.
Good.
The video screen wraps around the fuselage of the simulator, giving it an even more real feel.
030.
Turn right to 0.
ADF. We only did this once, right? And
Test it. Test it.
Students practice takeoffs and landings as much as possible.
1,000 feet at 65 knots.
and
Turn to a head.
You can program the simulator to simulate weather as well.
okay, and how much RPM?
Instructors can program the simulator to simulate crosswinds. Good exercise for flying up north. Takeoffs and landings don't come any realer than this. G-force or inertia is simulated to teach students how to compensate for overreaction during takeoffs and landings.
Very nicely done, Lanita.
No. Another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do we got for Edmonton?
3 knots at 350, 4 statute miles, mist and overcast at 500.
Lanita already has a solo flight under her belt. Today she's going up with her instructor for more intense training.
What is that? ST.
That's the type of cloud, stratus cloud, remember?
Stratus at 8. Oh.
But before she leaves, there's plenty of work to do.
Taking some fuel under the left wing. Going to see if it's blue. It's 100 low lead. And wanted to check the other side here too.
What's the purpose of that?
Because there's different types of gas, and see if there's no air bubbles in there too. He's blue. Perfect. Okay. And we have to see if this plane is in good form. And okay, just checking the aileron here.
Lanita gives the aircraft a good pre-flight inspection. You can't just stop and get out of a plane at 5,000 feet to fix the jammed aileron.
Yeah, looks good. And check the flaps.
It's a good time to see if you have any hydraulic leaks as well, since most of the wing functions use hydraulics.
Very good. And I'll check. We've got 5.
And you certainly can't pull over when your engine oil light comes on.
Checking the engine.
Well, my name's Kyle Jackson, and I'm a flight instructor here. I've been instructing for about 4 months now. I've been flying for about 3.5 years. I came here and did the aviation diploma program, got my commercial license, and then I did my instructor rating after that. Started teaching just this last summer here. Yeah, I've flown with Lanita quite a bit. Yeah.
How do you like working with her?
Oh, it's great. She's great fun in the plane and everything. She's very good at handling the aircraft. We're going to get into some cross countries here and get her doing some navigation, so that's up and coming. It'll be fun.
Lanita is preparing a flight plan for today's lesson. When we come back, more from Lanita Thrasher in Red Deer, Alberta. You're watching SUAANGAN, Our Strength, right here on EPTN. Welcome back to SUAANGAN, Our Strength, and more from Lanita Thrasher in Red Deer, Alberta, right here on EPTN. And it's off to the big sky for Lanita, amassing hours that will eventually find her in the seat of her dream flight, the mighty DC-3.
Altimeter 29er, ready for runway 34 for radio on contact. You have information India. This is Red Deer Original, information India. Red Deer weather at 20 Zulu. Wind 360. Got 4 visibility 6 miles and mist. 600 few. Ceiling 10,000 broken. 5000 broken. Temperature 5
After a few laps around the airport training area, it's time to practice landing. Those hours spent in the simulator pay off handsomely when it comes time to touch down for real. Kind of feels like you're trying to thread a needle from this height, but rest assured it's only an optical illusion. There's plenty of room on the runway to land any size aircraft. And it's another point for Lanita when it comes time to score her performance. Way to go.
Radio, Mike Whiskey Hotel is backtracking, runway 29.
Mike Whiskey Hotel, roger. Yeah, move it around.
According to her instructors, Lanita is doing well in her program. They expect her to pass with flying colors. Could those colors be that of her beloved DC-3?
This flying is getting me closer to flying like where I want to fly up north and possibly the DC-3. I can't wait to call home and on the radio, the plane radio, and I'll wave my wings for my parents.
Thanks, Lanita. That was Lanita Thrasher of Polytech, realizing a dream she had when she was just 5 years old. You are an inspiration to all of us, young and old. And someday, when we hear the familiar rumble of a DC-3, we might just see you in the captain's seat with a grin from ear to ear. Kuyanak, Dautik Dua Kafi, SUAANGAN Mik. Until next time, I'm your host, Dennis Allen. Before we go, here's Jasper Andreessen and the Beaufort Sea Boys with an old-time fiddle tune, Inuvialuit. Delta Victor Alpha, signing off.